Going to mix it up here today, everybody. I'm going to give you some interview tips over the next several days and several posts. Interview tip number one, dress to impress. I don't mean to go get new clothes, but what I mean is wear something a little bit more formal to impress the people that you're interviewing with. The other thing that I would say is make sure that your hair is done. Obviously, you can see mine's a little bit coiffy. That's just what it is today. But make sure that and again, I'm not saying go to the barber, go to the salon to get all made up and done. But what I'm saying is you want to put your best foot forward, and so you want to be looking the part. You want to look like you want to be there. For a lot of men and women, I would say avoid too much perfume or too much cologne. You don't want to scare them off by smelling too good. So maybe a couple spritzes, one is good enough. Don't go, don't be bathing in it. There's not an Axe body commercial. You don't want to be at that kind of level. The other thing that I would say for, when you're dressing, just make sure for men, it looks pressed. A lot of times guys will come in and don't worry, I have a jacket on, but you can tell their shirt is totally wrinkled. They pulled it right out of the dryer, or didn't. They pulled it right out of the hamper, and you can kind of tell it's got this wrinkled look. It just looks that you're unkept. For women, definitely wear clothing that you're going to be able to feel comfortable in. At the same time, you don't want to make others feel uncomfortable, right? So if the shirt's too low or the skirt's too high, just be aware of that for yourself with who you might be interviewing with. They might be put off by showing too much skin. The other thing that I would say when it comes right now, we're doing a lot of virtual and Zoom interviews. So this is not the part about dressing up as much as it is your background. So if you're in a dorm, right, for college, you don't want to see your roommates walking back and forth in the background. You want to make sure that if you're on a Zoom for a first interview, you can do it somewhere that's quiet. If you could put in a virtual background, definitely do it. If you have one thing, kind of a pro tip I would say, is download the company image to which you're interviewing with and have that be the backdrop, right? You're interviewing with me via Zoom, put my company logo, Hotaling Insurance Services, on your Zoom background, and I'm going to be impressed, or at least blur it out. For a lot of people, they think that, oh, it's okay, I have this kind of background. If it's distracting, then get rid of it, blur it out, or put a virtual background on. And so that is the interview tip